What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 8, Episode 3. So, look, y'all. Ooh, this episode was interesting. So, we start off with Scrap. And, he's on house arrest. Well, not house arrest, I'm sorry. He's in the halfway house and he has home visits. And, of course, he's limited to where he signed out to him. We got the whole story last week about the sister he didn't know, and she did a really nice thing, because that's a lot to ask somebody that you don't really know. That's a big responsibility, because if he decided to act stupid or roll out or something, like, you're doing a lot. So shouts out to long lost sister for looking out for long lost brother. So, but while she's there, Tierra comes by with baby Scrap. Remember, if you watched this show before, you know who Tierra is. That's his baby's mama, who he had the little love triangle going on with Tommy and all that other stuff. So she shows up and she is thirsty. She flirting with the man. She talking about, you ready to move back home. He like, whoa, pump your brakes. He was like, now my only problem is, instead of him coming right out and just he playing around. Instead of him saying, I don't think that's where we are right now. He says, well, I'm not ready to do that right now. We got to kind of fill each other out before I move back home. See, no. Because then you giving her hope. See, men got to understand how women think. When women want somebody, they hold on to every little thing you say. Every little thing you do. Trust me, I know. I've been there and done that. And you not being straight up with her. Now, you not giving her a whole lot of encouragement, but you not being straight blunt saying, it's not going to happen with us. Now, you saying that in your confessional, but the confessional don't work. You got to say it to her. But she's flirting and everything with him, and he's just like, she talking about throwing him a party. He like, I can't go out and party. Like, it's got to be here or at my mom's house, and it can't be nothing wild. Like, I can't do all that. And then she says, she tried to make a toast. He said, well, I don't drink anymore. So, there are things that they're not on the same page. Even if he were interested in getting back with her like that, they're not on the same page. And so there's that. But it was good to see him with his son. He said that was really one of the hardest things he had to do. He hated seeing his son growing up through the glass and all that great stuff. Tokyo Vanity. Let me say something about this whole, I'm going to call them the New Orleans crew. I don't know if they have a name. I don't know what their name is. And to be perfectly honest and full honesty, I didn't know who any of these, I didn't know Super Set. I didn't know Big Booty Judy. I didn't know Tokyo. I didn't know Tokyo till Love and Hip Hop. I didn't know Super Set till she went on T.S. Madison's show. And then that's how I became acquainted with Big Booty Judy. But the friendship that they have and how they look out for each other and how they lift each other up and the business minds that these women have, honey, it's a perfect testament to, just because you are from somewhere, like you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, or you weren't born, in a Fortune 500 family, doesn't mean you don't have the mindset and the acumen to make it happen. All of those three women have done some great things for themselves business-wise. And I say all that to say, because Tokyo is teaming up with the Crayon Case, which is Super Sense company, and getting her own makeup line, which is perfect, because Tokyo, I don't know if she does her own makeup or not, but Tokyo's makeup is beautiful. Like the different things she does with her makeup, with her eye makeup and stuff like that, beautiful. So for people who are really into makeup, as I can tell I'm not, but for people who are really into makeup, that is a great, and it's a great partnership. And I love to see it happen. And so she was having her launch party for her makeup line. And so she was getting ready. And we have Shekinah Joe, who I guess she's like a friend of the show this season, because she even got some confessional time. So I don't think she's a full member, like cast member on the show, but she's definitely show adjacent. So she was talking to Tokyo. And then we see Che Mack. Now, Che Mack, it seemed like Che Mack was on the show before. That was before my time. I didn't always look at Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I came in, I don't remember what season it was. Maybe about 3 seasons ago I started watching it. So, It seems like she's been on the show before. Maybe there was some conflict with her and Jocelyn. I don't know. But she's like an up-and-coming DJ, and they get to talking. She's had a baby, and they get to talking about losing weight and stuff. And, you know, they talking about going to the gym and her helping them lose some weight and stuff like that. And she talking about something, it's easy. You just got to eat some vegetables. Bitch. We're going to get back to the weight loss situation because I got some things to say about that. So we see her, you know, her launch, and it was great and went off pretty well. And then Income walks in Miss Monique Slaughter. Now, it's funny to me on these shows when they do these crossover, Love and Hip Hop, New York, Miami, Atlanta, LA, whatever, Hollywood, how people just be knowing each other. Now, Tokyo and Monique, all of a sudden, they know each other. And I'm not saying they do or they don't, but they know each other. Monique shows up she says she's in town to do some music. Tokyo was like, look, bitch, don't nobody fly across the country to do no music. We email tracks. Come on now. You talking to somebody who does music. You might be here doing some music, but that ain't why you here. Because you could have been in the studio in LA and done that. So she says she's seeing somebody. Her and 80 have broken up for good, it seems like. And she is seeing somebody, but she doesn't want to speak on it too soon. I'm sorry, I skipped something. I'll go back to that. She doesn't want to speak on it too soon. And so they get to talking or whatever. And, you know, that's that. I skipped something. All right, let's go back to Mama D, the Bam, Scrap, and Mama D's, and Bam's mom. I forget, Cece's her name, I believe it is. Honey. For whatever reason, I can say for whatever reason, they explained it. We know Scrap got into a really bad car accident and shattered his foot, so he's immobile. We know Bam is pregnant and getting ready to have the baby. So that's why they moved in with Mama D, because they really needed some assistance for both of them. Neither one of them, you know, are 100%. Bam's mom flew in from LA. I guess she was flying in to help her as a first-time mom and coming to take care of her baby. Now, Bam was like, I told my mama to stay put because I knew, you know, we were going to be staying with Mama D. And I told her to stay put until we got our living situation straight. But, you know, here she is anyway. So, they are not getting along, okay? For whatever reason, Mama D and Cece don't get along. And Cece feels like it's okay for her to just say whatever the fuck she wants to say living in somebody else's house. Now, we all know that Mama D is a lie. And she can be very challenging. But you are living in that woman's home. And she was making little smart comments about how she don't have no food in the refrigerator and she ain't taking care of her son right. Now, anybody who know Mama D know the fastest way to piss her off and get on her bad side is talk about how she taking care of her child, right? And just little smart comments. So then she get to talking to Bam about, you know, her out there twerking and all that. And let me tell you something what I love about Bam. Bam said, that's not your business. Like, what she does don't have nothing to do with you. She was like, okay, so she out there twerking. Not my business. Not yours either. I said, I know that's right. You better let your mama know. And Scrap was like, you know, my mother's always been like that. Like, that's just who she is. He said, would I like for her to be a little calm and not be so... He's like, yeah, but that's just who she is. Like, she mean well. She just crazy as hell. You know what I mean? Like, they just deal with Mama D. Now, just as a side note, Mama D and Scrappy know how to fuck up the English language. They know how to fuck up the English language. And then at one point, Mama D gonna correct Scrappy on something. I said, I know you didn't just correct. You don't. You can't. Both of them. So, I'm going to just go on and get this part of the storyline out the way. Mama D decides that she need to get old girl out her house. So, she goes and gets her a hotel room at the Motel 6. Invites her down to the pool. And she had it in a gift bag and everything, a little hotel key. Now, let me say this to you. I ain't mad at Mama D because what you're not going to do is sit in my house and disrespect me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like how I'm living. But you are living in my house. So, and Mama D even said that. She said, you've been in my house making little smart comments. And Cece talking about something that I don't talk behind nobody's back. I don't talk behind nobody's back. But you were making little smart comments about her. And you were talking about her behind her back. You know what I mean? And she heard you. Now, even if this is just storyline stuff, it doesn't matter. The point is, you don't go in nobody's house and just talk shit about them. That's just not acceptable. That's not cool. That's not appropriate. And she said, well, I've got a solution. I'm going to put your ass in a hotel. You can stay here until the baby comes and you figure it out from there. I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at her at all, Mama D. So next up, we see Shekinah Joe, Tokyo, Sierra, because Sierra had a conversation. She's worried about Tokyo losing weight and being healthy, you know. And what's her name? Che Mack. They're all at the gym, and they have a trainer called, I think his name is 2 Weeks Out or something like that. And he said, I can get you healthy in 2 weeks. What he should say is, I can get you healthier in 2 weeks. Because, yes, there are things there. You can definitely make some changes in 2 weeks, but it's not a guaranteed situation, and it's not an overnight situation. As somebody who's struggled with weight their whole life, I done started and stopped and started and stopped and stopped and stopped and started and stopped. And it is a lot. Now, what I will say is, I'm looking at them. He had stations set up. And for somebody, the problem I had with this scene was Sierra was getting frustrated with Tokyo because she was like, you know, I've been to the gym with Tokyo before, and, you know, she gets to playing around and joking, and she's not taking it serious, and this is a serious situation, and she really needs to be serious about her health. And then she's telling her, you need to be running, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. I think for people who, and I get it that Sierra has lost weight, and she's been through a weight loss journey. I get that. But you were not as big as Tokyo is, and I'm not saying that in a disrespectful manner, because I'm big. Going to the gym cold, meaning your first day in the gym, some of that stuff he was asking them to do, I think they might have did the best they could for their first day. And he wanted them to do another rotation, and they were like, we done, I can't. And I think sometimes y'all got to understand that people are at the starting line. They not at the finish line. They running that race. And I feel like Sierra got frustrated. And I know Tokyo's a jokester. Shekinah Joe is a jokester too. But I think that legitimately they did what they could do. It's day one. They showed up. You know, sometimes you got to take the small things. They showed up. They tried. Now, they might not have tried the way you wanted them to try. They might not have been on the level you wanted them to be on. But I feel like you was coming down on Tokyo really hard. And then Tokyo did what Tokyo does. She got mad. She cussed everybody out and she left. But a lot of that is the defense that she couldn't do any better than what she was doing. And people were still asking for more from her. And it's like, look, I'm here. For some people to start a weight loss journey, showing up, they don't want. And sometimes all you can do is just, I can only do 1 or 2 exercises. And next week, and maybe the next time I come, I can do 3. And maybe the next time I come, I can do 5. And maybe the next time I come, I could do 2 rotations. Like, so I feel like Sierra was asking for a lot and putting too much on Tokyo. And Tokyo did what she's going to do. She lashed out. So anyway, we'll get back to that. Then we see Sierra. She's introducing another new character. A local Atlanta rapper. What's her name? What's she? Oh, shoot. Because I thought it was a dude at first. I'm going to have to, Akbar. Got it. Akbar, because I thought it was a dude at first. Because wasn't the dude last year, Jasmine's ex-boyfriend, wasn't his name Akbar? Okay. But we meet Miss Akbar. She's a local rapper. She's, you know, making moves and she's being recognized and stuff. So we see her. She's shooting a video and her and Sierra know each other. Her storyline is that she comes from the wrong side of town. She comes from the hood, you know, but she's done a lot of rough things in her life, but she's trying to get her life together now. She's got 5 kids. None of her kids live with her, but she's trying to get her life together, get her money together so she can have her kids back. She's getting the one son back who she's worried about because she feels like he's out there in the streets, he's going to start getting in trouble. And she was like, you know, I love the hood, but I'm trying to get out the hood. I'm going to always love my hood, but I know what I need to do. She said last year, I think 2 years ago, she got shot in the head. And she said, you know, I know how serious, you know, these streets are or whatever. So what we find out, though, about Miss Akbar is Akbar knows some people in some high places. And they done messed around and got Miss Candy Burris on Love and Hip Hop. She's Candy's cousin. And she said that, Candy has agreed to help me with the money for my apartment. So we see them meeting up with Candy. One thing we know about Candy, Candy tight with a coin. And what she said was, people always ask me, why won't I help my cousin? She said, but I always felt like I will help my cousin when my cousin shows me that she's serious and she's ready to really do what needs to be done. And she said, I feel like you really are putting in the work. Like, I've been watching you, and I feel like you really are working. So I don't mind helping you because I feel like it's going to be appreciated. So Candy gave her deposit for first month, last month rent, and security deposit. What I found interesting, though, was that she moved to Buckhead. Who going to pay next month's rent? Can you afford that? I mean, there's a lot in between the hood and Buckhead. There's a lot. It's a lot there. You couldn't have found a decent apartment here. You had to go to Buckhead? Okay. But, then we saw, and I'm going to go on and finish her out too. Then we saw the most awkward scene between her and her son. Like, she was trying to give him that old, I don't want you to be like me. I know what them streets is like. Them streets don't play. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, she giving him this whole spiel or whatever. And when I say he couldn't even keep a straight face through the scene, he laughing. She's like, what are you laughing for? What, you think your mama crazy or something? He was like, a little bit. I mean, it was awkward. Because you could tell he was just standing there like, yeah, okay. And he couldn't even keep a straight face. And I don't know. It was awkward, y'all. But the point was that she's worried about her son. And she's trying to do right. And she's trying to, get her rap career going. And so forth and so on. So I thought that was interesting. And like I said, we got a little cameo by Candy Burrs. Because, the Real Housewives of Atlanta checks don't look the same as them Love and Hip Hop checks do. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Different bracket there. So that's that storyline. All right, let's get back to Scrap. So Monique's mystery man is Scrap. And here we go again with this whole how do you know so and so and so. Monique done met Karen King at an industry event and played matchmaker Cupid. And now Monique and Scrap, they all in love talking about marriage and shit. And they've been FaceTiming from jail. Y'all already know where this is going, okay? We already know where this is going. Do we need to even dwell on the Monique, Scrap, Tierra triangle that they trying to work out? We know how that's going to work out, right? Okay. Last but not least, I think this was the tail end of it. Sierra goes to talk to Tokyo because she says she's just really worried about Tokyo and that Tokyo's not taking her health seriously. She shows up at Tokyo house. Tokyo got fried chicken and pasta and some more stuff. Because one thing, if you follow Tokyo on Instagram, Tokyo can cook. And Tokyo likes to cook. And, of course, people who, they gonna eat what they cook. So she liked to fry, so she's cooking. I mean, she's cooking and eating and all of that. And, they get to arguing. And again, Tokyo is defensive, but she's defensive for a couple of reasons. One, because, that's part of it is just Tokyo's personality. But the other part is, like Tokyo said, I don't need nobody coming here telling me I'm fat. I was fat when I woke up this morning. I know what I look like. And, it gets, and it's personal to me because I've gone through this or I'm going through this. It's funny to me, people always feel like it's so easy. And I've had people say that to me before. They act like it's just easy. Like, I didn't get here overnight. It's not going to be gone overnight. And clearly, in anything else, you develop bad habits. And bad habits take time to break. And what I try to say, and Oprah Winfrey said this a long time ago. When people have a food addiction, which is what it is, right? When people have a food addiction, unlike alcohol or drugs, you can't just go cold turkey and stop doing it. You have to learn how to, because you can't stop eating. You can stop taking drugs. You can stop drinking alcohol. And you see people who go through rehab and they never pick up another bottle for the next 40 years because they can take it out of their life. But with food, you cannot do that. And it takes time. And yes, Tokyo is probably defensive. And yes, Tokyo is probably like, look, You know, but, you know, Sierra throwing her food out. Bitch, what? She pouring her food down the sink. And, you know, again, that's not going to make somebody stop eating it. That's not going to make somebody be like, oh, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't have eat that pasta because you threw it down the sink. No, that's not what that's going to do. As a friend, just keep encouraging her. Not yelling at her, not beating her up, but call her and say, let's go to the gym. And if she don't want to go to the gym, be like, look, girl, I'm coming over. We're going for a walk. Let's just go for a walk. You know, instead of going over there beating her up about what she cooked, why don't you buy her some, because she likes to cook. Why don't you buy her some healthy cookbooks and say, let's cook. Let's figure out how to make this pasta, but let's do it in a healthier way. Eat the pasta, but instead of using regular noodles, let's use some different type of noodles. Instead of using this type of sauce, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what people need from their friends. I don't need you telling me I'm fat. I don't need you telling me I need to lose weight. Bitch, I know. I need you to figure out a way to support me and help me without beating me over the head and making me feel bad about something I already feel bad about. Let me be real with all of y'all. No matter how strong somebody's self-esteem is, and somebody like a Tokyo who has a very strong self-esteem, no matter how confident you are, what you look at when you look in the mirror and you think, oh, I'm a sexy bitch, no matter how great you think you are, when people are overweight, most people, I ain't gonna speak for everybody in this world, most people want to lose weight. You know what I mean? Most people want to lose the weight. But if it were that easy, we all would be skinny. Anyway, with that being said, I'm out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.